it wouldn't be a proper web page if it didn't have links. You know, text that you click on and it takes you somewhere else to another page. Now, I want you to imagine your website is not going to just be one web page, it's going to be several pages. So normally what you'd expect, the name of a website over here, and then probably underneath somewhere, a list of other pages on the site that you can visit, like a menu if you like. So let's try and set that up. So the first thing I'm going to do is in my body section, I've got a header here and I've got a footer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a menu. So I'm going to just type in here menu and then close the menu. And then inside the menu, I'm going to put all the pages that I want to visit. So how do I go about that? First of all, let's just save the document. And if you go to w3schools.com and you click on the HTML tag, go to links and see what links look like. So you'll notice links use an A tag. So how does an A tag work? Well, I've got my A tag here and it closes the tag here. It's got some text there, and when you click on that text, it'll take me to that hyperreference. So it'll take me to that URL. For example, here it says visit our HTML tutorial, and when I click on these words, it's going to take me to this hyperreference, HTTPS, etc., etc. Click on those words and you go to here. So that's basically how an anchor tag works. So let's go back in here, and in our menu section, let's set up some anchor tags. So it's like that, and then we close the anchor, and then the words go over here. So if I have three web pages in my website, I'm just going to copy that across quickly. So the first one is going to be my home page, okay, and the second might be gallery of pictures. So that might be my gallery page, and this one might be for contact or downloads, links, whatever it is. Maybe I'm going to have a page full of links. So what pages need they go to? What's the hyperreference? Well, your home page always goes to your landing page, and that is always called index.html. So I just type that in, index.html. Other pages can be anything because you're saying what they go to, but keep it descriptive. So if it's a gallery, make it go to gallery.html. It just makes it that much easier to remember what your pages are. And if it's links, go to links.html. I always think it's a good idea to keep everything lowercase. That way you can remember, well, it's always going to be lowercase, so that's the way I've spelt it. Make sure you've spelled correctly. So let's see what that looks like. If I go File, Save, and I go to my page and I refresh it, well, here we go, Home, Gallery, Links. Not too bad, but there's no space in between here. That's not working out too well. One thing I can do is I can make a space here, and for example, I could put a dash or something like that so that it's separated by dashes. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. Save. Okay, that looks a little bit better, but they're blue and underlined. When you go on the proper internet, you don't see blue and underlined navigation links. Inside the text, yes, blue and underlined is very useful, but we want to control what it looks like. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to have to use some CSS. So let's look at some CSS very quickly. This is going to be a long video. So if I go up here into my styles section, this is inside the head tags. I've got my header. I could also set what the menu looks like. So I could put that in quickly. And maybe I want to give it a background so that it's like a menu bar. So I could go background, and then let's say that I want that background to be black. And then always have the semicolon at the end of that sentence. So I go File, Save, see what that looks like. Oh, well, that's not too bad, but look, I can't read the text. So I better go back in here, and any text that's in the menu, I should make the color white, for example. White text on a black background, black text on a white background makes it highly visible. And it's being overridden by the anchor, isn't it? Okay, because anchors are blue and underlined, I'm not seeing the white. I'm seeing the little dashes there. I probably also want it bigger as well. So I'm going to go font size, and let's make it 50 pixels. I can always make it smaller later. File save, and just look what that looks like. Okay, nice and big, which is good, but that blue and underline, I've got to get rid of that. So let's go onto our HTML, go to CSS and links, and see what we can do with CSS to try and change that. If I go down, you'll notice hyperlinks can be a link once you visit it, if you're hovering it over it, a link the moment it's clicked. What do they look like? And you can kind of set different colors for them. Okay, we could try that. Text decoration. It's used to remove underlines from links. That's a good one. So what we could do is, I'm just going to copy this. Nothing wrong with copying something. And I go in here, and in the style, underneath menu, let me put it here. But I'm going to make it for all my anchors, not just for the link. And text decoration should become none. So I'm going to go save here and just go back into my page and refresh it. And you'll notice the underline has gone away. But it's still kind of sitting here. I kind of want it in the middle maybe. So where do you think I would do that? Well, I want it not for text decorations, all text decorations. I want it just for the menu. Hey, so I want to do it over here. So remember, that's text align and American spelling center. And I go save and refresh. It's nicely in the middle, but it's still that blue color. So here's a challenge. Go and find out how you would use either the anchor tags or here in the menu to try and change this so that this would be a particular color. Let's see if we can get rid of that shocking blue color. Remember to use your w3schools.com as your reference. Try and find out how you can do it.